And the manager at the time, they called me up, said, hey, I heard you were a DJ. I was like, yeah, but I haven't played I was here on vacation. I was stuck in between studies, didn't know what I was doing in my life. So I went over there, you know, she's like, when do you need a DJ? She was like, 5 minutes ago. So I went over there, I did it, and I killed it.
Now it goes without saying that on Sittin Now with Stov, we like to explore all fields of music. And today we got two prominent players in the electronic music scene here on the island. They're responsible for the iconic Full Moon Party at Mullet Bay. They're responsible for the glow-in-the-dark energy at the Rusty Parrot. And they're responsible for the underground madness at the Soggy Dollar Bar every Thursday, and much, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a collective that only represents peace, love, and understanding. The Maartian Rebels. All right, guys, what's going on? Thank you for being here. How are you enjoying your Easter Sunday?
Yeah, very good so far. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, no problem, and it's my pleasure. Now, the Maartian Rebels. The Maartian Rebels, it seems to me that it's not limited to just you three. So, DJ Koala, Sara Jane, and Owlish. It's a collective, right? Yeah. A movement. Now, could you explain what it's about?
Well, when I first started, there was no electronic music, or what I liked anyway, going on the scene on the island.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create a platform that would allow electronic DJs that normally wouldn't have the chance to play in nightclubs or bars, and create a platform for them to come and perform. And it wasn't necessarily just local DJs, it would also be people coming from Holland or off the yachts that said, hey, you know, like, let's get together, throw a party. And initially, Mullet Bay started as people bringing their own coolers and their own food, and that's the concept. And then when we started running out of drinks, we decided, okay, we need to start opening up a cash bar. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, I understand that it's a whole movement that doesn't only involve the entertainment, but also the party-going aspect of it. So if I'm a proper party goer, what kind of attitude do you need to bring to the party to be a Maartian Rebel? Right?
I would say slightly more open-minded about the music specifically. So let's say I might never see you at a full moon party, but maybe I'll see you at Character on a Sunday.
Word.
And you come back every year, whether you're a local or a visitor or somebody working off the yachts, and they come. Some of them come every season. And they become part of the electronic nightlife, and that's when I say, oh, you're a Martian. And the name Martian doesn't come from Mars. In this case, it comes from St. Martin. That's how the Martian started.
Love that.
A certain group of people started calling themselves the Martian family, and it was locals and visitors who would come every year. And then I said, all right, well, we're going to be the Maartian Rebels. You know, we're going to be something different and unique. And even now with other electronic events that are slightly more commercial, then we decide, okay, we're going to go a little bit more underground, we're going to go a little bit more harder.
Yeah.
You know, like, so when people say, oh, it's too hard, I'm like, well, there's 2 other nightclubs now you can choose from. If you want to go to one of those, go right ahead. But we're sticking to our format, and it's worked so far.
Word. Now, Sarah, why is there an emphasis on the electronic music at Maartian Rebels events?
Well, it just kind of attracts a certain kind of people, and when you're involved with that kind of crowd, you really do feel a sense of community. Alongside it. Everyone there comes just to really enjoy being around each other and really enjoying the music. It's and you can feel it in the air too. It's it's wonderful.
Now, who else is involved? Because it's not only the DJs, but I can imagine it's Kevin or Jay or everybody else that really makes the organization.
So besides the DJs you really see in the foreground, it's a big community.
Yeah.
So there's guys like Arion who help out with the logistics as far as like moving stuff with the truck.
Yeah.
And then we have Jay the Man who's got a bigger truck, you know, like it takes like 2-3 cars just to get one event going. And it takes support staff, people who are working in the background, security, bar backs and cleaning crew, and it's just the whole And not even just for the beach, even if we're doing it at a venue, it's a whole thing. And then we also have volunteers, you know. That's what I really look forward to in the DJs as well. Not that you just come up and show up and play, but like you put your effort and time and blood and sweat into it to be part of a creation. You know, if you think you're a hotshot big DJ and you're really good and you've got gigs at all the big venues, that's fine, that's great. You go play there. But if you really want to put effort into it and be part of a creation and a movement, then, you know, if there's time, because now we've got a load of DJs, you know, so we always have spots reserved for the ones that have helped us before. We had this one guy, DJ Manifest, and he was on the waiting list for 3 years. And then he switched his style. You know, we took him to the SXM festival and he was so inspired, he switched his style. And he was there from the beginning till 6 in the morning at his first DJ gig to show. And for me, that's like, wow, no matter what, you always have a spot where, you know, that's dedication. That's dedication.
Love that, love that. Now I want to get into your cool DJ names, right? Now, Koala, I heard from a reliable source that you're named DJ Koala because you can sleep anywhere and everywhere?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Is that where it came from?
So again, the thing with eucalyptus, you know, it's marijuana. I smoke marijuana,
okay.
I like to be high. Koalas, that's all they do. They climb in a tree, they eat the eucalyptus and they sleep, you know.
Okay, fitting.
It's very fitting with me.
Fitting. And Sara Jane, I guess, well, the Jane part also relates to that area, or?
No, actually, that's actually my middle name.
Oh. Oh, okay.
No, well, I was trying to come up with a creative, silly like DJ name, and for like weeks I was trying to come up with one, and I kept running it by friends, and none of them really stuck. But actually, you know, my name is Sarah, but for so long I would try and introduce myself as Sara Jane, and it never really like caught on.
Okay.
And then I realized that was actually a nice opportunity to show off my middle name. So,
exactly. And
now,
has it caught on now? Or?
Yeah. It's
so
working so far.
Jane.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Dope. Now I want to get into how each of you started DJing. Now I know Koala has an extensive history in DJing, so I'd like to begin with Sara Jane. How did you get into DJing?
Well, I mean, I've always been involved with music. I've been playing classical piano since I was 5, and then I picked up guitar as well. I've even taken a drum lesson, which was really fun. But then just over the years, I've gotten a little bit more involved with especially since I've discovered Spotify, like organizing my music and listening to other people's styles and kind of getting some inspiration from there. And it was when I got into yachting, I discovered the electronic scene.
Okay.
There was one company in Fort Lauderdale, Done Right, who throw tech house parties, but they're more like the more intimate, smaller parties, and so you get to know everyone that goes every weekend. And I just had such a blast. I really loved the people that would go there, and especially like as a woman, I felt like I could go out by myself, and it felt really safe. Like, you know, I never had any trouble from anyone, so I just completely fell in love with the community with it. And then after a couple of years of that, I realized that, you know, maybe the next step is for me to actually learn how to do it.
Okay.
And a friend of mine, actually the boat that I was on for my birthday, they surprised me with a little controller.
Perfect.
Shout out to my girls. It was one of the best like presents I've ever gotten, and it helped me get more intimate with my music. It's one thing to play one song after the other like on Spotify, but to actually mix and
keep an ongoing energy.
Yeah,
to
and
it.
just mixing melodies, and you're just that much more involved with the music that you listen to. So it's just been a process up until now.
And I can imagine with the events that you're playing at the Maartian events that, you know, you've evolved and you've gotten better at it.
Yeah, well, first I was really I was mainly going to like tech house parties, so that's a very you know, like Dirty Bird style kind of music, so that's a little bit more goofy, a little bit more American inspired. Yeah, pretty much like goofy, doesn't take itself too seriously kind of music. But since joining the Maartian Rebels, I've come to appreciate harder techno for sure. Like that's definitely what our crowd looks for a little bit more. And but I've gotten to experience what it feels like to listen to it and play it.
I like the fact. Well, I think it's important that you're inspiring actually other girl DJs to get into the craft, because we don't have enough, and especially in this specific music genre, I find. So. Big ups to that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We need more girls. Come on, girls. Don't be shy.
Exactly.
It's a lot of fun.
Now, Koala, how did you start DJing?
Well, my career here in St. Martin started way back. I started I think it was Q Club. Way back in the day. One of the DJs got stuck in St. Bart's, and the manager at the time, they called me up, said, hey, I heard you were a DJ. I was like, yeah, but I haven't played I was here on vacation. I was stuck in between studies, didn't know what I was doing in my life. So I went over there, you know, she's like, when do you need a DJ? She was like, 5 minutes ago. So I went over there, I did it, and I killed it. She signed me on for a contract right away. Wow. I stuck around, I did Ladies Night, Bamboo Bernie's, the original Bamboo Bernie's, and then I did a few other local clubs, and eventually I got a bit tired of that open format genre, and I left the island. I originally planned to go back to Amsterdam. My flight got delayed, and I missed my connecting flight from Paris to Amsterdam. I missed it, and I had a friend who was in Ibiza, and I called him up and I said, is it okay if I come crash with you? And he's like, come on down. And I stuck around there for like 2 or 3 summers, and then it's when I got really inspired by the techno scene there, the electronic music scene. And I came back, and the first one to offer me residency was La Bamba. So they flew me back, they paid for my plane ticket, they helped me out with the first couple of weeks having a place to stay. And from there, I guess people know the history of La Bamba, that techno night really grew fast. And when that got shut down, I looked for another location, and that's where we found Mullet Bay.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Super, man, super. So, are you implying that you started DJing before you got here to St. Martin? Like, where did it really start? In the...
No, I started here in St. Martin, definitely when I was in high school.
Okay.
I heard a few mixtapes, and I wanted to learn how to do that. There were mixtapes from Suriname, and it was like this speed bubbling thing, and I was like, oh, it's like sped up dancehall, and it was... a friend of mine started a recording studio, and he bought this 20-foot container, and it was just all records. But it was reggae, you know, so I learned what they call rhythms. So I learned mixing off of rhythms, and I started with reggae actually, like, and then dancehall awesome. On records.
Awesome.
And then
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And then my first gig was at the Greenhouse on a Friday night, and I was doing a radio show on Laser 101 called Airheads, a rock show. It was like a rock format.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I did it with Teen Times, and that was a good success story as well.
Crazy, crazy. Sarah, what's your fondest party memory since being with the Rebels so far? Can you think of one? Was it at Full Moon? Was it at Rusty Parrot? Was it at, you know?
We threw a little after party on the beach.
Okay.
This was when I was still kind of getting used to, not getting used to, but learning what our crowd looks for.
Yeah.
So you know, I had a lot of like tech house music on my USB, but I was starting to accumulate a lot more music of what the community likes.
Okay.
And I was organizing a lot of my sets. I was trying to put something really nice together, and we threw a little cheeky after party. He played at Palapa, and from there, but he had secretly like set up stuff at Mullet Bay.
Oh.
And so he played a set there. We kind of, you know, let everyone know, after party here.
Okay.
And that night, I played a set that I had been preparing, and it was more like a melodic techno set that I was really proud of, and I think it was quite successful. It was really good.
Good.
It was also the night that we started dating, pretty much. So it was definitely a fun memory, that one.
Super.
But the music itself too was awesome. Yeah.
Can I just say that this is like relationship goals right now, that they're both playing and they're both like together? That's dope. That's dope. Koala, do you have a fond memory that you would like to share? Anything distinct or specific?
I think the last full moon party that we had on the beach. So
like last week, no?
Yeah. And I mean, I always expect a couple of hundred people to show up and we do our thing, you know, but what I saw last weekend was we weren't really prepared. I was not expecting that. Usually around this time of year our numbers start to drop significantly.
Yeah.
But I think we've started to reach a bigger base so people understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to the crowd, there's people, they said they came from France, they came from St. Bart's, they came from all over, and they heard about this party. So I think globally we're starting to make an impact. Even some international DJs, that I've met in California came here, and I randomly ran into them. They're like, "Wow, what are you doing? Like, why didn't you tell me this?"
Wow.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
So I hope we can continue. So we'll see.
What does the future actually have in store for the Rebels? Because if I understand it correctly, it is turtle season right
Turtle
now?
nesting season, yeah.
Right. So the full moon party is put on a hold until
next year, and we usually restart October. November.
Okay.
We're continuing at the SXM Brewery in Koala Bay. We're going to do a once a month event,
right?
And I'm going to be doing guest appearances at other venues, maybe at Palapa Restaurant, and
Dope.
Possibly also with the SXM Festival guys. You know, we're all in contact, so I think we're looking forward to a lot of things this summer.
Great things in store.
I think a lot of visitors are coming to the island because of the current global situation where they're not allowed to do the things that they enjoy.
Yeah.
And they're now starting to come to the island. I've seen it, like people I've never seen before are here just because of what St. Maarten is at the moment.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Now would you consider maybe taking your events more internationally? Because I know you're the same Maartian Rebels. But
yeah, so I've been on the West Coast festival scene, working as either a sound engineer or as a DJ, including like festivals like Symbiosis, Burning Man, and I've played in Fort Lauderdale, where a lot of the yacht crew that follow us here are also over there. It was our plan to go to Mallorca and Ibiza back last year, but then, as you know, COVID happened, so I decided to stay here and keep doing what we do here. But the options of traveling abroad to Europe are there. We have a couple of DJs that are right now in Amsterdam, and I'm going to assist them in helping start their foundation there, so the Maartian Rebels will have a foundation in Europe. So we're looking forward to expanding in Europe because it's a European Union, so once you have your legal structure, it's pretty much valid for the entire European Union. So we're looking forward to moving ahead once we get these obstacles that are laid in front of us out of the way.
Dope.
But St. Maarten's still it's a magical island. I just don't know how to explain it to people who've never been here, but I think not even just the partying aside, if you want to go to the beach or enjoy yourself, I think this is where you should be.
That's love. That's good. Koala and Sara Jane. The last question that I usually ask guests is, besides, the whole musical adventure, what do you guys like to do, in your free time? Like, what are your interests, your hobbies? Koala's already laughing.
I'm actually a dog trainer.
Oh.
So I train dogs on the side. Yeah.
Okay.
I get to meet tons of cute dogs every day. It's my dream job, really. So, because I've been yachting for quite a while, but now I've decided to base myself here since a year ago. I actually have the time to do it, so it's dogs every day. It's
Dope.
great. Yeah.
Dope. And Koala?
Electronics, like the do-it-yourself electronics, like configuring lights or fixing things. E-bikes, I'm really into e-bikes right now.
Okay.
And cryptocurrency, like I spend most of my time researching the crypto market and trying to figure out like how it works and stuff like blockchain technology.
Because it's the future.
Yeah, and like there's so many applications, just the cryptocurrency aside, the blockchain technology. For St. Maarten, the applications, it's not just going to change and revolutionize the world, but the things that it can change on the island and how it can benefit people here is just, it's going to take a while for people to grasp it, but I think that's what the future holds for us.
Sweet.
And that's my hobby, so just going on the market, Binance, or my crypto wallet and seeing how the numbers work. It's a big learning process, but I think,
DJ Koala and DJ Sara Jane, it was a pleasure. Thank you for being here again. Where can they find you on social media?
Maartian Rebels on SoundCloud, Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok too. So that's
TikTok too.
Yeah. MAARTIAN Rebels. Yeah.
Get everything over there.
So our Instagram account is on private, so we will confirm once, because we had a lot of fake subscribers. I think they tried to hack us as well, and because of the entire COVID situation, we like for now to keep our guests the privacy settings like this.
Right.
But yeah, we will confirm once we can figure out it's a real user.
All right, dope. Guys, if you like the episode, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, and hey, catch us on the next episode.